Alexa 16, China 16,
Haley 16, Tony 17,
Lindsay 17,
Delaney 17.
Trey 16.
Good morning. My name is Jason Brooks, and I will be talking a little bit about the Mayan culture. Culture affects different aspects of our society: politics, gender, sexuality, and identity. For approximately 3,000 years, the Mayan civilization was one of the most advanced Mesoamerican civilizations. The Mayans valued their religion. They are mainly known for creating astrological buildings and calendars, which were used during their religious rituals. On its website, last updated in 2012, it stated that sometimes the rituals required human sacrifice. Many historians believe that Mayans were the first ones to introduce the human sacrifice by the Toltecs. The sacrifices would be performed by a priest, also called a Nakam, who would be in charge of cutting out the victim's heart. They had created rituals because they believed that everything in the world contained Kea. It is believed that the Mayans performed these sacrifices because they thought their gods needed it to maintain the order of the universe. Mayans have over 250 different gods. One of the most famous gods was the maize god. He was associated with rebirth, cycles of season, and growth of crops. They worshipped this god frequently because it was believed that humans were created from corn. On its website, last updated in 2015, it describes 7 of their prophecies. One of them involves the Mayan calendar, which is similar to the calendar used today. It predicted that the world would end on December 22, 2012. A sunbeam would end the world of materialism and destruction in which we live. Another prediction stated that on August 11, 1999, the physical transformations of the sun would alter men's behavior. Although many of the predictions did not come true, it is still important to their way of life. In order for the Mayans to get food, they had to live off the land. On its website, last updated on March 1, 2015, it describes the different crops, farming techniques, and technologies used. Their main crop was maize, which is corn because it is known to be a stable crop. Other crops that they gathered were beans, chilies, sweet potatoes, and squashes. To produce these crops, they would use slash and burn agriculture. First, they would cut down an area of forest and burn the trees. Then they would sow crops in May and harvest them in November. After years, the soil would begin to lose its fertility. When the soil loses all nutrients, they would then slash and burn another part of the forest. To provide irrigation, they dug canals to move water to different parts of the land. To plow the land, they created digging sticks. Not only did Mayans farm, but they also would hunt animals for food. Some animals they would hunt was deer, turkey, dogs, pecaries, and rodents. Fishing was also another method of obtaining food. Finally, the Mayan collapse occurred. On its website, last updated in 2016, it says, the terminal classic period in Mesoamerica between 800 and 925 CE saw one of the most dramatic civilization collapses in history. There are a couple of reasons of why the collapse occurred: increase in warfare, overpopulation, and drought. Everyone who was involved in war experienced difficulties. It became a priority to conquest territory and capture sacrificial victims. Other civilizations most likely wanted to obtain more territory to increase agricultural production and acquire resources. Sacrificial victims were used to appease the gods and goddesses. Tons of arrowheads were found at different sites, which proved that city life was becoming more hazardous. Since overpopulation was occurring, it caused agriculture to have some problems. It was difficult to produce enough food for the amount of people. Many cities suffered because of drought. The drought caused crop failure and made some people doubt their gods and goddesses. Since 90% of the population were farmers, the social order began to collapse. The Mayans were polytheistic and hunters and gatherers. Until the fall of the Mayans, the civilization thrived. Before its collapse, they lived a simple life. Although the civilization fell, they were able to survive for at least 3,000 years, and many of their technologies have impacted the world today.
Alexa 16,
China 16,
Betty 16,
Haley 17,
Lindsay 17,
Delaney 17.
Trey 16.